Hey everyone, what's up? I apologize a little bit. I'm getting over a cold or allergies or whatever it is right now. It seems that when it goes away, it just comes back. I'm guessing that's the weather. It's kind of weird around here right now at times. Um, but anyway, I wanted to do this the other day, but didn't have the opportunity to do it because, well, one, my mom had just come back from getting her car, and so I couldn't really finish it. She brought my brother-in-law with her because he had to drive the car and she had to drive the truck. So, you know how that is, and she had to take him back. Anyway, I wanted to come on here and, well, I'm pretty sure by now a lot of you know that Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War, first of all, has broken a lot of records, apparently. It's broken a lot of domestic worldwide box office records, and basically has become one of, if not the top box office film of all time, with all these records that it's breaking. But along with it breaking a lot of these records and people going and seeing it, of course people are going to come onto things like YouTube, DeviantArt, Dailymotion, Twitch, you name it, and they're going to review it in two ways. They're going to give you a non-spoiler review, and they're going to give you a spoiler review to counter it. And pretty much by now, I'm sure a lot of you already know, already have heard, I should say, that last Monday, not this past Monday, but a week ago, last Monday, and actually around last Tuesday, somebody at Forbes decided to, a correspondent at Forbes decided to spoil, and this is the truth, spoil the ending and the post-credits ending of Infinity War. Now, this person, I've talked about it already in my follow-up video to my initial video talking about this. This person apparently has come out and has admitted of having a past of doing this. They've done this in the past, most recently before this with Star Wars The Last Jedi. And people are wondering, if this person likes to do this, why does Forbes keep them on? Why doesn't Forbes either assign him to something else or just, remove him entirely? And that's a good question. We don't know. All right, just drinking some water there. Again, we don't know why Forbes won't do that. That's up to Forbes. I mean, if the guy doesn't, I guess Forbes looks at it like, hey, if the guy doesn't spoil all the movies or all the big blockbuster films, he's not a problem. I don't know. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm just trying to get over a little bit of allergies and a cough or something like that. Anyway, people are wondering, why doesn't Forbes just, get rid of the guy, be done with it, or assign him to something else? And again, no one knows the answer except Forbes. Only Forbes can answer that question. Like I said, only Forbes can answer that question. But even after that, of course, after it's all said and done, the movie did officially come out this past Thursday, which will be a week, or this past Thursday evening, which will be a week tomorrow. And pretty much, as some people figured, there were those that gave a review on it, and at the same time also gave spoiler reviews. Yeah, basically they gave spoiler and non-spoiler reviews. So anyway, seeing as though a lot of people pretty much come out and have spoiled the ending already, and by now everybody, from themselves to possibly the grandparents and aunts and uncles, probably already know what the ending and the post-credits ending is all about, I thought I'd come on here and discuss what kind of impact it could have. Now I did discuss this a little bit initially when I talked about the ending and post-credits ending being spoiled by Forbes. I did talk about that. Did talk about it a little bit there. But I thought I'd come out here and talk about it a little bit more so than last time. Because you see, the question is, with how the movie ended and how the post-credits ended, the question now remains, how is it going to affect the other upcoming MCU and MCU related movies? If not some of the MCU and MCU related shows. And quite honestly, that is a question that only Marvel, I think, can answer. Excuse me. But like I said, I think that's only an answer that Marvel... It's only a question, I should say, that Marvel can answer. Because you see, only Marvel Studios, the Russos, Kevin Feige, only they know the answers as to how it's going to affect these upcoming films, how it's going to connect to them, all these shows. Now, some will say that the Marvel shows aren't really going to get impacted. And that might be true. That might be true. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, all of them. Yeah, they may not be, Punisher and all that. They may not be totally affected by what happened at the end of, Infinity War. They may not be totally affected. But then again, there might be Easter eggs. There might be hints, references as to what kind of effect it could have and what kind of effect and impact it will have on those shows. The only question is, what about the movies? Before that, I'm pretty sure you're also asking, what about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is kind of directly connected, almost, kind of. So it might have an impact on them. I'm not really sure. We won't really know until maybe the finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for this season, if it's still going. Because only then will we see what kind of impact Infinity War will have on that. And the same can be said with Ant-Man and Wasp. Ant-Man and Wasp are coming out in a couple of months. It's highly anticipated, but the question's going to be, how's it going to be affected by what happens in Infinity War? How is it going to be affected? What kind of domino effect, what kind of connection will it have? That is the question. And no one really knows yet. No one really knows what kind of effect it might have. Well, no one really knows. My speculation goes two ways on Ant-Man and Wasp and the connection and the domino effect that Infinity War could have on it. One, I could see possibly the Wasp going through the same situation or circumstance that the other MCU heroes went through at the end. I could see her suffering that same fate, if you catch my drift. I could see Wasp ending up in that situation. Thus only leaving Ant-Man. I could see that happening at the end of Wasp and Ant-Man. I could see that as being an after effect, a domino effect, a connection point, if you will, with Infinity War. I could see that occurring. Sorry there. Just checking something. I could see that. You know, I could see that connection occurring. I can also see it going another way. We know that one of the things that's revealed is Captain Marvel's symbol in her colors being shown on a communication device at the end of the post-credits. So we know she's going to have some kind of connection. Some fans, and I think this is another legit possibility, have speculated that Captain Marvel will show up at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp and recruit them to help her out on a mission to try to set things right. That there, in my opinion, will lead us into Captain Marvel, where maybe during whatever travels they go on, she explains how she came to be. Almost similar to maybe Wonder Woman, except it'll be Carol Danvers or Carol Danvers explaining her origin to Ant-Man and Wasp. So I could see them doing that. I could see them going in that direction as well. I could see that. What else? Well, like I said, I could see them doing that. Again, I can also see them going a route to where Wasp suffers the same. Wasp and her dad, who's played by Michael Douglas, suffers the same fate as everybody else at the end of Infinity War. I could see that. I could see either one of those scenarios happening. Now you might ask, well, how would this affect Venom? Now, Venom is kind of loosely connected to the MCU. Some have said that it's mostly based in the Spider-Man universe of the MCU, and that is true. That is indeed true. There's no doubt about that. But let me ask you this. Even if something is loosely connected, doesn't it still have some kind of effect? Or does it, what I'm trying to say is, even if something is loosely connected, doesn't it still have some kind of connection to the main world, the main universe, the main continuity that it's loosely tied to? I think it does. And honestly, whatever happens here, and honestly, I believe that whatever happened in Infinity War, you know, basically what happened at the end of Infinity War is what I'm trying to say, trying to think about what I'm going to say next here, because I'm doing this on the fly. Don't you think that what happened at the end of Infinity War will have some kind of ramification on Venom? I think it will. It might not be maybe as, you know, impactful or evidential or visually effective as what we'll see in Ant-Man and Wasp. But I believe that with Venom, we are going to see some kind of after effect. We're going to see some kind of minor impact that the ending of Infinity War is going to have on the Venom movie. Again, I know some people might think you're not going to see anything, and that might be true. But again, if Venom is loosely tied to the MCU, loosely, I should say, mainly because it's based in the Spider-Man universe, I still believe it might have some kind of effect put on it by what's happened in Infinity War. I truly do. And you can't tell me that the people working on Venom don't know that or don't realize that, because they do. They do know that. They do realize that. Excuse me there. But like I say, they know that. They do realize that. And I truly think, in my honest opinion, I could be wrong, but in my honest opinion, there's going to be some kind of impactful, not impactful, but there's going to be some kind of minor after effect, a minor impact felt on the Venom movie, courtesy of Infinity War. Continuity-wise, I believe that's what's going to happen. I mean, you're going to get some kind of massive, if not major, connection or effect when it comes to Ant-Man and Wasp. There's no doubt, because like I said, there's two scenarios they could go. You know, with Ant-Man and Wasp, they can either have Captain Marvel come and get them and recruit them to go on a mission with her to help restore things, and thus connect it to the Captain Marvel movie and go from there. Or they go in the other direction and have Wasp's father suffer the same fate as some of the heroes did at the end of Infinity War. That basically would be the major connection Infinity War would have with Ant-Man and Wasp. And as far as Venom goes, the question is, what kind of impact or connection would it have? And again, it's going to have a minor one, in my opinion, but it's going to be felt. It's going to be felt. That minor impact or connection is going to be felt, because again, you can't tell me the people working on the movie don't realize that a lot of people know and have read up on the fact that Venom is based in the Spider-Man universe and thus loosely based in the MCU universe. So you can't tell me they don't realize, hey, we got to put something in there that's a nod to what happens in Infinity War and has some kind of connection, even a minor one. So, in my opinion, all honesty, in my opinion, you're going to get, when it comes to Ant-Man and Wasp, you're going to get a major impact and connection there, no matter what direction they go in. In Venom, you're going to get a small one, a minor one, but you'll get something. And as far as the TV shows, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think is going to be the more impacted and connected to this. And Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, all of them, I think, like Venom, going to have a minor connection and impact because of this. But really, that's all I'm going to say on it, folks. But that's, again, this is just my opinion. It's just my opinion, folks. Again, I could be wrong about what happens, but it's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think, though, down below. Comment if you like. I'd like to hear from you. And that's all I have to say. So until next time, God bless. Take care. I am out.